going to be your weekly update for the week of May 4th. So let's start with some due dates to help you out. So based on my weekly check-in from last week, a lot of you shared that you might have understood the assignments, but that maybe you didn't have enough time to do them. So let's take a look at some of the changes that have been made to your due dates. So the first thing that I want to remind you is each week we're doing a weekly check-in. That's one of those one question, like you read the question, you pick your one answer and you're done. That's due every week by Wednesday, and that's due every week by Wednesday so that I have data and information for when the freshman team meets on Thursday morning. So if you don't check and do the weekly check-in by Wednesday each week, then you're getting marked absent for my class for the whole week. So it's really important for you to make sure that you're doing that weekly check-in. And it takes 2 seconds. Then the thing that you should be thinking about and looking at is the new weekly quizzes. So each week I've created some sort of a grammar video. Most of them are less than 3 minutes long. And then there's a 10-question quizzes. At least they've all been 10 questions so far. And you have until Friday to do that. So one thing that I'm noticing is that a lot of students are doing it in quizzes, but then they're forgetting to go back into the assignment in Google Classroom and hit submit. So it's really important that you do that so that when you log into your Google Classroom, it doesn't look like you have something missing when you've already done it. So I'm starting with these two because if I were taking my class and trying to figure out how to organize my time and think about the structure and all that sort of stuff, I would do these two things first every week. So your weekly check-in literally takes a few seconds of your time. The quizzes might take you between 5 and 10 minutes, but then at least you know you've checked off those two things. Then I'd be diving into the book project. This is where I seem to be losing a lot of students. So just like in class, if you sat in class and wasted time and fell behind on that book project, it'd be up to you to figure out how to make up that time. For some of you, that would mean staying after school when we were in school. Some of you, it meant doing it at home or doing it over the weekend. So if you've already fallen behind, you have to figure out when and where you're going to make up that time. Now, I did take your feedback into consideration, and because a lot of people were stressed out about time, I moved everything back. So step 1 of this book project, that was to pick a topic. That's super late. That was week 1 of distance learning. And there's still some of you I haven't heard from to get a topic. So that's super important that you do that if you haven't done that. Then once you have your topic, you're going to do research on the topic. You have to summarize that research so that I know that you understand, you have enough information, and you can use kid-friendly language. I moved the research summary due date, so all of my A-Day kids, I should have had that from you by Friday at the end of the day. All of my B-Day kids, Monday, May 4th, so the end of today, that's when I should have this from you. So it's really important that you have that done, because if you don't have your summary, you can't move on to the next part. So if you're behind on your summary, you need to find time to catch up. Once you're done with your summary, then you move on to the outline or the first draft. And I've pushed this due date way out, and I have kids in every class who have already gotten to this point. So if you're already on the summary, or on the outline, you have until May 19th for me to tell you it's perfect, it's ready to go if you are an A-Day student, and you have until May 20th if you're a B-Day student. And then the final book, all put together in Google Slides, and I'll put an assignment for that. That's going to be due by June 6th for A-Day and June 4th for A-Day and June 5th for B-Day students. So I want to remind you guys, when we do a long-term project in class, I don't hand it to you and then assume that it's going to be 100% done in a class period. That's not realistic, and we're taking a lot of time and doing things slowly. At least that's how we've always done our long-term projects. So if you think back to the personal narrative, we did that for weeks because you did it in small pieces and you slowly added bit by bit. You got feedback, you went back and fixed it. This project is no different. So you're still gonna have to take a little bit of time each day. So my expectation is that you are spending, if you're an A-Day kid and it's an A-Day, that you're spending somewhere between 30 minutes and an hour working on my class. If you're a B-Day kid, when it's a B-Day, same thing, 30 minutes to an hour. So that way you're slowly chipping away at this stuff. If you haven't done any of this and then the due date is today, that's going to be really stressful. So you have to figure out how you're going to use your time. Break it into small chunks. Another thing that I'm hearing from students is they don't really know where to look for stuff. So let's take a look. Where should we find stuff? In your Google Classroom, if you go to the stream on your Google Classroom, at least for my class, that's where I'm putting a lot of updates and additional information. So that's where I put a video on how to submit and then resubmit your assignments, because that was something that's general to my class. I've put information about the project and videos about how to do the project also in the class stream, so check there. Then you have in Google Classroom the classwork tab. That's where all your assignments are for my class. So it's broken into 3 categories. So the first category that you'll see are the check-ins, then they're all below it, the newest one to the oldest one. Then the second category is the book project, and you'll see from the draft right now, then it's the summary, then it's the choose the topic. So it's the newest thing to the oldest thing. Then it's the quizzes, again, newest quizzes to oldest quizzes. When you click on the assignment, so if you click on a quizzes, you see the information on how to get the quizzes, but there's always a video. So if you do poorly on the quizzes and you didn't watch the video, there's probably a reason why. So the video is not because I love making YouTube videos. The video is there to help you. So please make sure that you're watching those videos. There's also videos for every part of the children's book project. If you don't watch the video and you don't read the directions, how would you expect to know what to do? So it's really important that you do those 2 things. If you're still not sure what to do, after you watch my video, after you read the directions, send me an email. I am happy to help you as best I can. Okay, Power School. This is where I am, and I know other teachers are putting in grades still. Part of the reason we're doing that is so that we can easily keep track in one place who's doing what, but it's also letting you know at the same time if you're missing something. If I have it hidden away on a piece of paper in my office here, you don't know you're missing it. So that's the purpose of Power School. It's not to be like, you fail, you didn't do this. Just like normal school, when you do the thing, then it gets replaced in Power School. Gmail. Gmail has become confusing because now you have 2 Gmail accounts. You have your normal one and you have your @nhps.net one. When I'm sending out information, I'm often sending it to both because I don't know which email that you are checking. So you need to make sure that you're checking your email. That's where updates are coming through. And that's also where your weekly announcements are being sent to. And I'm sending your weekly announcements to the normal Gmail. So you need to go there to take a look. In the weekly announcements, updates like always, but also I've asked teachers to start putting the due dates because so many of you said that you were struggling to organize your time. So due dates, take a look. They should be in your weekly announcements. If you still have any questions about how you should be using your time during this week, please send me an email. I don't know that you need help if you're not reaching out to me. All right, I think that's it. Have a great week. Bye.